go with the flow, allow the change to take place, still letting people know you see them, your actions and words, and your movement, but tap in. All right, so we had a few that fell out already. I only have 2 packs today. I'm gonna put it down. I'm still moving, y'all. So, well, moving in, getting things situated. That takes time when you got 2-bedroom location that you're packing, unpacking, and putting everything in order. So, there's things everywhere, as you can see. And kind of don't care. It's all about the message. It's not about me. Poetry fell on me heavy the last few days. I put a few poetic pieces out. One of my teachers came out this morning and invigorated royal goddess mode that also put a little fire under you. Whenever you're speaking to someone that is mimicking the things that you're thinking without having an actual conversation, it resonates and hits, right? So you just step directly into your power all over again and over again and over again, especially when it's a recreation process. I'm sitting right under a window. The sun got to shine. So, if you can't see me, I'm sorry. It's not about me. It's about the messages anyway. And I'm in the middle of redoing my hair, so I have to back up because that's twisted, and I'm working towards the front. And it takes a time with this hair, y'all. All right, so anyway, I'm back. The devil stays busy. No matter who he works through, if you're an open vessel, he will utilize you. But moving on. Okay, so camera's gonna go down now so you can see the cards that came out. We only have 2 stacks here today. I have a few else over here, but like I said, I'm focusing on some other crafts right now. So I'm gonna get to those and just get the messages out necessary. Okay, so this video will probably be much shorter than usual, and that's fine. It's meant to be straight, direct, and to the point, in and out, while other things are being cooked up and worked on. Tap in. So these came out so far. Not this one. I was writing myself a note on this one. Let's see. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Last time for this pile. Okay. Cut the deck. This means anything to you. I knew it. All the stuff is too. Where the real ones at? Where the real ones at? Teacher, I feel you. Look, this is how I'm feeling. Ooh, jumped out. Everybody all over the place today, y'all. I'm chilling. On the floor. In the crib. Unpacking. One more shovel. Let's see what comes out. Here we go. 1. 2. Color all this up through the front. I'm always number 1. I'm out the front. No one has to know. 3. You don't. It's not important that you know. Alright. Last time. That one got a little messed up. Okay. Stacks. Right here. Right here. Alright, let's get in, get out, y'all. Have a good time. Everybody have a beautiful, wonderful day. Live, love, and be merry. All right. I want to call too now. I'm not picking up. I know I can't do gangster rap all day though, but stuffers did pop up and I pulled up music. And the first song I saw, I just hit play. So, you know, you go with it from time to time, right? Well, not from time to time, you should, because all music has messages in it. Not all music, but, you know, your specific playlist and music that comes on for you has messages. That is crazy. Look at the next playlist, y'all. Sorry, you guessed it. Popped up. Do y'all know who these guys are? Hold on, let me see. Make sure the video come up. You was right. Good. On site. Oh, starting with the archangels. Uh-oh, upside down. Archangel Chamuel, okay? And he who sees God, right? The God in you, the God above, as above, so below. However you choose to show your faith is completely up to you. But he who sees God, he is tender and sympathetic. His omniscient vision allows him to see the connection between everyone and everything. Also has the ability to ease anxiety and bring peace. He can also help you find what you're looking for. Wow, Archangel Chamuel, I openly receive you, accept you, and appreciate any guidance. Next is, all I know is that Mula, right? Military movement. Okay, so be advised, be aware. There's a lot of wars going on. I saw that Putin had lost complete control of one of his arms. Don't know if it was real or not. I was in and out. You know, I don't really do much of that information. But, you know, military movement all over the world can be changing, increasing, decreasing. Be advised, be aware. You know, could be locking down on cities or whatever. You never know what's going to happen, right? You know, synopsis of some things. But once people figure out where you are mentally, which is why I had to pipe down, because, you know, when you weren't saying what you knew, and people believed they were getting away with things, you were able to see more. When they know that you know, they try to get trickier, sneakier, you know, include people you wouldn't expect, even though you know. Still, moving on. Write down all your downloads. Yeah, I was watching someone the other day that said she didn't like people that read from cards. Well, you know, I like you, think you're phenomenal, but I write from cards because I was in a horrible car accident many, many years ago and have had excruciating issues with short-term memory. You get thrown from a vehicle across one side of the highway to the other, and then the vehicle ends up landing on half of your body, and you're flown away in a helicopter, what Nightingale movie they called it. Things can happen to the brain, you know. So I use my notebook, and I actually did write myself some notes that had nothing to do with what anyone else said. Some things may be similar to other people because we're all tapped in, right? Different levels, different things, but it comes out in the way in which the universe wants it to. And sometimes it may be synonymous with others, which does not make it mimicry or mocking or anything. It just means the frequency is flowing, right? And you never know, you may share ancestry. You never know. A lot of the stuff we don't know. The last one I wrote was on July the 30th. And when I write, you know, I write a little bit of whatever's going on. Migos is on now. We ain't never had no old money. We about to have a lot of new money though. Uh-oh. Raindrops. Drop tops. Cooking. Okay, anyway. So my notes were a song that had continued to play for me was a song by Oshun called One. And it says, oh man, you know what? I gotta give them all the praise because this song is absolutely amazing. Oshun One. Yeah, she say, I know who I am. I know, no, she said, I know where I come from. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know where I come from. Hey, I know who I am. So that song was continuously playing, right? And then You Can Hate Me Now by Nas. You can hate me now, but it won't stop now. Just listen to the lyrics. That's why I told you to reference the song. So depending on your energy, maybe someone may have needed a boost. Maybe I did. Maybe whoever that taps into my messages did. And when you do, when you listen to these songs, it helps you on your journey and your path. And you have healers and people that come into your lives. They drop jewels and bits and pieces of things you need at that exact time to get you to certain places. Some people you never even meet, right? And they help you immensely. So basically, these are two songs that were suggested on July the 30th for the next 7 days. It was going to be a pertinent Virgo, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. It has something to do with maybe what may be going on in your life. I also wrote myself a note that says, the repercussions have already begun. Remember to remain focused on self and your specific journey. So, you might see a lot of things going down that you don't like. You may have experienced things that were quite uncomfortable and kind of out of the blue, like I did. Bounce back game is official, So, just stay focused on your journey, though, right? And don't help anyone until you help yourself. Regardless if you're a giver like me, make sure you're helping self, right? And children, of course, if you have them. This says you may see some things purposefully that will hurt you that you are now strong enough to handle. So it was hidden from you before in some way, maybe by people, maybe by the universe, maybe by your own ignorance, because we do go through growth and things. Whatever the case may be, you weren't strong enough to hear it at that time. It would have probably broke you in two. With your growth and your healing and your path and your journey that you're on, you're now strong enough to hear it. And it's necessary, let me see, to handle it, but your help is not necessary, right? So you don't need to get involved. Go through the healing process in whatever way you see fit. Most of us are out here on our own. You may have a mate, you may not. You may got a little cut buddy, you may not. You may have your children. Whatever you have, whatever's gotten you to where you are, once you hear this diabolical information, and not necessarily diabolical in a negative way, just like changing, like altering, go back to the healing process you utilized to get you where you were, right? Don't reach back out to the same people that put you in those predicaments. Be careful. All of us. Let me see. That one. Okay, never wish anything on anyone you wouldn't want to experience yourself. For me, I truly believe that, yes, things can be returned, right? But you don't want to wish it any worse than what it was on you. You allow the universe to make the decision because karma is real, right? So if someone did something to you and you wish the worst back on them as opposed to just their energy returned, there's a possibility there may be some bounce back. Not saying that it's always true or possible, but be advised, be aware. Next is spell work no longer has the effect on the healers, light workers, and 144,000, or anyone operating under unconditional love. May touch you, it may not, probably won't, because you're in this beautiful bubble. But if it does, just know that automatically by the universe, they see your heart. They don't care what you look like on the outside, and they're protecting those with pure hearts, light as feathers, right? With good intentions and good and great movement. What does it say? I will continue. It will continue if they continue. No more warnings, only rapid repercussions. Okay, so we're not here to warn you anymore, depending on what may come out on the card or not. We aren't here to warn you anymore. Now that the ancestors and angelic beings and guides and ascended masters and all these people, energies are involved, frequencies, we no longer need to warn you. We've been warned enough clearly, or whomever has been warned enough clearly, because no one skips judgment. It's for every single one of us, right? Just depends on what you gave out. The grass was greener, but it was always fake, so that's why it was greener. You just didn't see the moon for the stars, possibly, or the stars for the moon, or however the quote goes. That's kind of self-explanatory. Let me see. Write down your dreams. Grab you a journal if you don't have one. Do a vision board. Make sure you're doing your breath work. Practice meditation whenever possible, as many times a day as you can get it in. Remain grateful and thankful in all times, even if it's tough right now. It won't be for long. You're still great, just as you are. Even if you're on the streets or in your car, you are still great. That doesn't change because people are suppressing things that you should have. Just be grateful for what you do have, so that when you get what you are rightfully due, you remember how you got there, right? What's it say? Always remain grateful and thankful day in and day out. I just said that. Lastly, know there is immense power in your words, so speak wisely, but speak directly, speak truthfully, passionately, and only when necessary. You know what I mean? So like I said, the videos are going to slow down. I do have a new YouTube channel I'm setting up right now, so other things are being formulated. I have some other things I have in the works. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on. But I'll be here back and forth. You know, this was a healing tool for me that worked wonders, and I'm grateful and thankful. But when you have people constantly trying to tear it down and block this and block that, which we aren't going to go into. I could show you the analytics on my channel. Behind this, the back of my channel, I just started it, December of last year, over 5,000 and something views, and it definitely doesn't reflect on the front of the page. But what are you going to do? You're going to cry about it? Because you can't change it or fix it. So give the messages who needs them, and the proper recognition will hit in the proper time. Don't worry about it. I also have Ain't No Such Thing as Halfway Crooks. You scared to death, you scared to look, you shook. That kind of reminds me of the energy of the poem I did yesterday. I don't know, about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, whenever spirit wakes you up, you go with it. And it's called Shame on You, right? So if you get a chance on my Facebook page, go ahead and tap into that. If you're interested, if you're not, that's cool too. Okay? And, the last download. Now, this was not a download, but this was a video I was watching, and I brought him up a few episodes ago. Sci-Hi the Prince. He did a freestyle on, is it JB Rockets? I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, but they put everybody. Sci-Hi the Prince is official. This freestyle was official, but these few bars said, I'm talking to Cole, shorty. I keep that thingamajig with me. My spirit lives forever. If they kill me physically, what do you call the black sheep that made it past the streets? Let me see. Anyway, you gotta check it out. I definitely didn't deliver it or give it justice like he did, but that was dope. But those were my downloads that I wrote a few days ago. It's like August 5th or something like that now. So I've been doing other things, but wanted to give it to you, all because of this card. And nothing happens by accident, right? So remember that. In life, all things happen for a particular reason. And you manifest in situations based on mental, right? So change that, change this. Okay? Next card is, you are out. Nope, you are too strong. Why won't you fall already? See what I'm saying? You're too strong. Why won't you fall already? That was the plan. You weren't supposed to come back up here and do a video. But what you doing? Be a bad, be aware. They think you too strong, but they want to know why you haven't hit rock bottom yet. It's not the destiny. It's not the divine plan. Next is, put some bass in your voice whenever you need to. Yeah. So like I said, you don't have to speak. You don't have to speak often. You should remain in observation mode and learning as much as possible. But when you do speak, put bass in your voice. Mean what you say and say what you mean, right? And you can still be loving. You can still be kind. But love sometimes is tough and hard. As long as the lesson is there and it's unconditional, all will understand. Next is Chinese zodiac animal. Okay, so if your birthday falls within those years, which is the code, for the Chinese zodiac animal, these are the other zodiac animals you're compatible with. Those are the attributes. These are the years. You can look that up in your own time if you're interested. Next is change all of your passwords ASAP. I started that yesterday. I'm going to get back to that today. But yeah, change all your passwords ASAP. Absolutely necessary. I don't want to go into specifics as to why, but if you know, you know. Next is Maurice. Okay, so it's first, middle, last, person, place, or thing. However that can relate in your life. Restaurant could be a location, something you saw on a billboard, a street sign, a street name. However, next is Lone Ranger. Look at that, because you're the Lone Ranger, which is exactly why you got to start putting that bass in your voice when you're talking. Mean what you say and say what you mean. And you got to know you wouldn't fall. So they're sending in other forces now, and they think you're unaware, to see if they can get you to fall. Not going to happen. Ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Next is pick your battles wisely. They're on time. Let me see. Pick your battles wisely. There's no time to waste on carelessness. Your words carry weight. Think before you speak. Just like that. Words have power. So pick your battles wisely. There's no time to waste. There's no time to waste on carelessness. Your words carry weight. Think before you speak. That's the second time that my cards have flipped out of my hand, y'all. Something is falling in somebody's life right now. I send you love and light. Even if you hurt me, I send you love and light. Because I only want to happen to you what I would want to happen to me. I've healed that much. Picking my battles wisely. Next is, what does that say? Shocking. His father is behind all the darkness, a false prophet, toting a Bible. Wow. Be advised, be aware. His father is behind it all, false prophet, toting the Bible and all. If you know, you know. Moving on. Next is attention is the new economy. Yeah. Views is how people get paid now. Every time you tap on something and intertwine or intermingle your energy, you're actually paying with your frequency or energy and attention. Metaverse, all these robotic things that are taking place, all this DNA manipulation, research and study, and people being paid to sit and watch and report back. Attention is their new currency. Next is Adidas. Okay, so maybe you have some Adidas. You like Adidas? I definitely like Adidas. Might be going to the outlet. I don't know. Maybe somebody just struck a deal with Adidas. However it relates. Next is, for they know not what they do. I'm so glad I hit record today. I've been asking my son for the last few days, what do you think? What do you think? He's like, whatever you think, Mom. But you should do what you love. You know? And I had just shared a piece of artwork I completed yesterday with him, and he was so excited. He wanted to help me with it and participate and get on the computer and try to put some things together. So I'm doing what I love. And this is part of it. Just be advised. They probably don't know what they're doing. They're going to pay for it. But they don't know. Next is Keisha. First, middle, last, person, place, or thing. However that is spelled in any way. Has something to do with what may be going on in your life. Next is Hebrew lexicon. It's a good source, great source, actually. Got that from another teacher and guide. I'd call her very, very tapped in. But the Hebrew lexicon has a lot of reference tools that correlates to a lot of things we've been taught. And a lot of these children need to know exactly who they are. Starting with the Hebrew lexicon is a great teaching tool. Next is redbirds. Been seeing so many of those lately. Last time I did a video in the park, one sat right in front of me. I usually see him all the time, a few at a time, but this particular one just sat like he was in class or something. But anyway, if you do see a redbird, it means passion, courage, sometimes war and violence, health, well-being, culture and tradition. And it also signifies that your ancestors are thinking about you from heaven. How beautiful, right? Not only am I seeing birds, but I'm getting these feathers, all different shapes and sizes, every time I go out. So I know that I'm being guided. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Next is Aries. Okay, so be advised, be aware. An Aries, fire sign, Leo or Sagittarius. That is my Sagittarius. I just had to reel it back in. I told you, fire signs, they're go, go. They gotta stay involved. They gotta stay busy. They gotta do something, which I understand. You know, he's a kid, so he needs to get up and go. And after this, that's what we'll do, or whatever he'd like to do. You know, this baseball camp thing is not giving out too much. Next is divine judgment. It's time. Divine judgment, by definition, means a divine sentence or decision, specifically a calamity held to be sent by God, believed their bad luck to be a judgment upon them. Divine judgment. Depending on how you treat people. Yeah, how we started out. Moving on. Next is strange things happening. Okay, so be advised, be aware. As this divine judgment begins to set in, maybe you're going to see a little bit more red birds, and you can go to things like the Hebrew lexicon and get information on signs, symbols, numbers, names, everything, because they didn't know. They knew, but they didn't know the ramifications of what they were doing. And you might have to remain the Lone Ranger, you know. You might have to definitely put some bass in your voice, stand up for yourself, and say what needs to be said, and that's all. Because you're definitely too strong, and they know you're not just going to fall, right? They've tried every way they could, and you're still standing. So just be advised, be aware. Could be chaos spells, could be all kinds of things. You know, people just trying to intimidate. You know, just be advised, be aware. You're in your bubble. Go in your bubble. Whenever strange things begin to happen, get to a safe place, stay there, because you're protected. Next is write a pros and cons list. Okay, so if you're en route to do something, or if you're trying to make a decision about something, write down the yays and the nays of it. You know how to make that decision. If more yays outweigh the nays, then rock with it. If the nays are sticking out, move on. I didn't turn my music off as I was doing my download. I was advised that I shouldn't. And that's one thing, another thing you don't do. You don't listen to what these other people tell you to do, especially somebody like me, right? But when things are starting to ring true, you have to also understand people can tap into your energy, see where you're heading, and do everything they can to deter you, right? So if you know something is for you, you don't let anyone or anything tell you different. Keep going with it, right? Success is not overnight. It's for the strong, not the swift.